Okay, Constantino, here is your stage video. Let's play it all the way through. All right, so let's go back and review. A couple things I like. Your draw time on this plate is good. In a couple of the videos I've been working on for other people, it's tough to decide if you should just draw and shoot it or to shoot it on the move. In your case, draw and shoot it, get a hit in 1.66 is pretty good. There were other people that were taking 3 or 4 steps before they were shooting it, and while they were making progress on the stage, their time to their first shot was in the 3-second range. So at least now you get a good shot, a quick shot, a good hit on the first shot, and you're on your way. So it'd be interesting to try it both ways for you, especially with the open gun, to get aggressively out of the start position and try to shoot it on the move. But as you did it right now, from that position, you're not really going to get much better than that as far as draw the first shot. Now we'll review here. If we look at your shots here, so we have like a 15 split. Is that right? Yeah, 15 split, and then a 64 transition, a 20 split, and a 50, around 50 transition and a 20 split. So the transition to the middle one is going to be slower because it's a partial target, but you can see there your transition time is adding up. They're maybe twice as long as they should be. And think back to the Blake drill that we did, the transition drill. That's the type of stuff you want to work on to cut down on those times. Going into this position, this is good. Gun is up the whole way. I do like this. After you shoot this last target, you don't lower the gun. You're aiming the whole time. As soon as you see that target, you're good. Now here is a little bit, let's say you're just moving very gingerly. So just look at your footwork and your aggressiveness in your movement. You're just sort of not really moving your feet because you're focused on that reload. So it's something for you really to work on. And even as an open shooter, yes, you do need to practice reloads, but especially moving reloads. You have this entire distance to do the reload, and that might be, well, how long are these sticks? These sticks are 5 feet tall. So that's 15, 20, that's 20 feet of distance you have to accomplish your reload. Like it takes you about 10 feet to get it done, but then you still have to get into position to shoot. So you're definitely giving up time here with this sort of ginger movement. Ideally, you would explode right out of this position. You'd be in a full sprint to get to the last position, get the reload done within a few steps, and be, now here this is good because you're aiming as you're coming to position, but ideally you'd be coming to this position a lot quicker, having done the reload earlier, and be ready to go. The other issue here is the makeups on the steel, which I'm sure you're aware of, but if you would hit that steel on the first shot, you'd be about 1.1 seconds ahead. Your time would be 1.1 seconds faster. So again, get that reload done early, get in here with the gun up and ready to shoot, get your footwork squared away so that you can shoot while you're coming to a stop and transition to the next target. Now the other thing here, this is good, but what you want to think about when you're in this position on the stage is, where can I see the most targets from? And on this particular stage, you could see all of these targets at the end from one specific spot, and the spot is pretty much if you had your feet right here. It was a little bit behind this rock. So you're a little bit forward, and you'll notice at the end here, shoot the headshot, and you have to move quite a bit to get back to this target. Now, think about where you finished here. If you were about a foot back, or maybe even 6 inches back, and your feet were there, you'd be able to see this target, and all these other targets are also still available. And even this one might even be easier to get to if you weren't as close to it, because you'd have a better angle on it. So what you want to think about, and this is something you want to do during your walkthrough, think about, okay, what targets can I shoot from where, and what positions can I eliminate? Because in this last position, you're really making 2 positions of it. So you get here, shoot 2 shots, and your transition from the headshot to this paper is 1.4, because that includes that little bit of movement. So for the fast guys, they're doing this transition in like a 0.7. And I think since it's a partial target to a wide open target, that transition should probably be, in a perfect world, like a 0.5. Because if your feet are set and all you have to do is swing the gun from there to there, there's nothing else to do other than swing the gun. In your case, you had to swing the gun and make a step, about a step and a half. What did we have to do? We had to add a step and a slide and a lean to get in there. So that's where that 1.4 seconds comes from. So if you took that 1.4 seconds out and you took the, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. You took the 1.2 seconds out for the makeup shots on the steel, your overall time would be about 2.5 seconds faster. So you'd be looking at a 14, like a 13 and a half, which I think that's what my time was on this run, around a 13 and a half. So if you can cut out those little bit of extra time wasters, that will really, really add up. I would have really liked to see you get a second run on this, but I know you had to leave, because I think if you cleaned up those makeup shots and just thought a little bit ahead of time about your final position here, that really would have helped cut down your time and really, just really pointed out the importance of figuring out ahead of time where you're going to stop. But other than that, pretty good.